This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
The defense calls Dan Daniels to the stand. That was Hollis Daniels' father, the last witness to take the stand today in his own son's capital murder trial.
KCBD News Channel 11's Case Wilbanks was there to hear his testimony and more, and has our continuing coverage. Case?
And Karen and Abner, the jury not only heard from his father, but his grandmother as well, who was asked about the grandson she speaks to in jail nowadays. Plus that drug test we mentioned yesterday that Daniels took after the deadly shooting. We now heard about the results. Hollis Daniels III left the sentencing phase of his capital murder trial Thursday with the man he's named after on the stand. His father, who's known as Dan, said the son that they'd visit at Texas Tech was not the son he and his mother knew. He told the jury he missed, quote, the beginning of a perfect storm, when he and Hollis's mother, Janice, knew of his depression and desire to not go to a university, but they sent him anyway. While he knew his son was using marijuana since high school, he never suspected any harder drug use until, quote, the nightmare occurred, the killing of Officer Floyd East Jr., which his father said came after the hit-and-run crash that killed a lifelong caretaker of Hollis Daniels that left him distraught. The defense argues it's one reason Daniels was troubled, and his abuse of Xanax left him out of his mind when he killed. His attorneys hired a neuropharmacologist who reviewed the case, including a urine drug test that Daniels took 3 days after his arrest. He said levels of Xanax and marijuana were, quote, strikingly high. He says he wasn't in Daniels' mind, but it would be fair to say it's what caused his bizarre statements and actions and memory loss. But the state read more writings from jail in which Daniels said, quote, I distinctly remember taking 5 to 6 2-milligram Xanax pills on top of at least one. Also adding, quote, I don't remember much of that night, just the major parts. Those memories will live with me forever. The state said Daniels appreciated the consequences of his actions, and it was possible he took the Xanax after the shooting, when he took the evidence removed from his dorm when he ran away. As for his time in jail now, Daniels' grandmother says she speaks with him frequently, saying he, quote, has had a very real encounter with God. Others testified to that, including a Lubbock County Detention Center teacher and volunteer pastor who called him a, quote, peacemaker and leader in jail who has and could teach others. The state said he was a Christian before he was incarcerated. Now, Dan Daniels was still on the stand answering defense attorney questions when Judge Trey McClendon called for a recess until tomorrow morning. That defense questioning will continue at 9 a.m., followed by a chance for cross-examination. Karen?
Thank you, Case.